Hi everybody, I'm Joel Marshall. This is Lunch Therapy. It is a hot Thursday afternoon, and hi. Yeah, we had some in the waiting room today. We had some very interesting effects, kind of fun. I'm in my gym right now because tomorrow we're gonna have the great fitness guru Tony Horton on to talk about staying fit and talk about his life. So that should be super fun. I have retreated to the gym. Yeah. Great shirt. Nice, huh? See what happens this year with the NFL. Should be an interesting year. All right, let's get into lunch therapy. At least it's cooler in there. It is cooler in the gym. It is so hot. We've got a segment today to cool you off and make you feel a little bit better if you're in the sweltering heat like I am. I'm gonna get myself a modem. 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 All right, here we are. Breathing time. We're going to go in through the nose, out through the toes as usual. And here we go. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. And let it out. Have some special stuff here today. The Bat has a new segment that he's going to introduce you to, and it's going to chillify you. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Really hold it this time. Studies have shown that this is good for you. Let it out. Love the Bat. Yeah, the Bat, he is one of my favorites on the show, of course. Welcome to people on Facebook. Welcome to people in YouTube and over there in Twitch. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it out. Okay, we're going to explore some really special things here today. So one of the things is these GoPro cameras. I don't know if any of you have a GoPro camera, but it's a really neat thing to do to like take skiing and put it on your helmet and then ski and then get in a horrible accident. Because I find that when I have the GoPro and I put it on my helmet, I then ski like a lunatic and I end up hurting myself. I've done this several times now. I don't know about y'all. Yeah, I got my Seahawks gear on. I'm ready. I'm ready for the NFL season. They're going to be playing like the boy in the plastic bubble or Bubble Boy, bouncing around out there. Should be fun. No crowds. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to take a break from all that garbage that's going on out there. But we have the reminder. We're all going anything but pro. Yeah, so I put that camera on my head and I start skiing and I'm like, this is going to be so cool. And I, go through the trees so last time I did it, I got to the bottom of the hill and I was going pretty fast. And there was one of those mesh fences. And normally I would think, oh, I better avoid that mesh fence. It's like a tongue twister. I better avoid that fence. Instead, I'm like, I'm going to go under it. And there was like a little space under the fence. And so I got way back on my skis, laid down on my skis. And so the GoPro, all I can see is the sky. So I don't even know what the point of it is. I lay back on my skis, and I'm going to go under that fence. And suddenly at the last minute, I realized I can't make it under that fence. And so I tried to stop. And, of course, I sustained a groin injury. Yes. Had to hobble around for a week. So I don't know about the GoPros, but I do know that they're cool with animals. A lot of the cool stuff we're seeing with animals is because of the GoPro. So we're going to watch a few really interesting GoPro top animal encounters. This is going to be cool. Ganell hates the groin injury. It's the worst when you sustain a groin injury. It's not fun at all. This is crazy. White shark encounter, of course. We talk about sharks a lot here. We need a GoPro for a watering hole. Yeah, we do. Look at this. They're doing that thing, though, where the sharks are terrifying and the skiing is dangerous. This is all a groin injury. I don't know if it helps. Let's see what happens here with the shark. Oh, he's just like really scared because he's swimming. He saw Jaws several times. Jaws, 1 through 4, Jaws 3D. The thing about the GoPro is the animals are so interested in it. I don't know why. They must put food on it or something. Skiing kills more people than sharks. Oh, squirrel. This is a good one. Especially because they put it to music. I love the squirrels. Snow leopard. Who even sees snow leopards? I don't know why they want to eat the GoPros. He was like, yuck. That is the grossest thing I ever ate. That is not a good tasting GoPro. Wait a minute. Is it looking at me still? Lion in the mouth. We love the cats around here. They gotta be putting meat on it or something. Oh! Look, he's just taking it away. Hey, give me that. What are you doing with that GoPro in your mouth? Don't film me. Come on now. How do I look? Here, make sure that you don't shoot into the sun. Oh, it's surfing with dolphins. Wow. There's one coming up where they're surfing, I believe, with a killer whale. But I don't know about that. Yeah, this is it. I'm not sure what happens here. So the orca comes up and I don't know, he gets really scared, and I think he thumps it on the nose with the paddle. I'm not sure. Maybe y'all can tell me. Wait a minute, that's scene produced. Didn't have slobber in it. I'm perfectly framed with the other line. I know. I think maybe that these are like staged. These are done by Go professionals, I believe. And of course the monkey, a gorilla, baby gorilla. I can't stop this thing because we gotta watch the rest of it. No. I think this might be the only animal video that we're watching today. A million fish. I gotta see what number 1 is. That's unbelievable. Okay, let's just see what number 1 is and then we'll move on. So we have a lot to do today, as usual. The lion hug. This is the guy, I think this is the guy that was friends with the lion, and then he's on the beach, and then he hasn't seen the lion in like a year, and the lion comes up and hugs him. I love that. So that guy is apparently lion tamer of some sort, or lives with the lions. I saw this person at the Comedy Store, and they said, yeah, they're friends with that guy. And when they said, I've been doing stand-up comedy, they said, hey, yeah, I'm doing stand-up comedy. And he said, oh, I would never do that. That's too scary. And he wrestles around with lions. Yes. I love it. I love the GoPro stuff. I'm going to show some more crazy stuff on here. There's a thing where these guys get in a kayak. You're not going to like this, Kamala, because it's scary. These guys get in a kayak in like a drainage ditch, and then they go down the drainage ditch, and it's stupid, perhaps. That's, again, you put one of those things on your head, all your logic goes out the window. Skiing kills more people than lions. We're getting a lot of good statistics on what kills people today. I'm a Leo. I'll wrestle with you, Kamala. Kamala is a good wrestler. She's an Aries, so you know how they are. Anyway, so let's move on. There's a segment, the bat segment. He's very excited to do this. GoPro makes you do crazy things. I think, do you have that situation too, where you put a GoPro on? I finally gave mine away to my nephew because I was like, I'm going to kill myself with this thing. And he's, a youngster, so he's much more malleable. Heidi, hi. So we're having a chill day here at 100 and some degrees here in Los Angeles. We're just chilling out. So the bat decided that he's going to help us out. He's very excited to have this segment. Welcome, the bat. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my new segment. Yes, I have a segment now. My segment is called Getting the Chills. It's very hot there, wherever you're living. Some people are living in Michigan, it's not so hot. But I know a lot of you are schwitzing a lot, and it's very, very difficult. So I'm going to run a chill up your spine today so that you will cool off. I'm doing you a public service. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you something very chilling that was sent to me by someone in Australia.
If you can say 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun in 4 seconds, you can win a free cup of Coke. It's that simple. Just say,
it's 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
In 4 seconds, and you can win a free cup of Coke.
A free
2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
It's 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Say it in 4 seconds and win a free cup of Coke at McDonald's.
That was horrifying. Apparently, the Americans were bribing the Australians to memorize the ingredients of their burger. Horrifying. So if that didn't send a chill up your spine, oh, I'm so cold right now. I have to stomp my feet, my little bat feet. Whoa, I almost fell off. You got to hang on. Whoa, there. Okay, now we have the wonderful Harlan Gleeson telling a tale of very, very horrible, scary things called the Banshees. Actually, I have a few friends who are Banshees. They're very nice. That's Susan there. That's Margaret over there. Oh, and this is Julie. They're very nice. They just have a very kind of scary purpose. So I hope that you will join us. Oh, and I just wanted to say that Banshee is an X-Men. He's some kind of superhero. It's not the same thing, I don't think. I mean, he screams, but I don't think it's the same thing. Oh, I'm so cold. We better go on to Harlan Gleeson.
Well, this one is to do with my father. Now, my father is from Ireland. And, they're very superstitious, the Irish. They have a lot of sort of like, lore and legends and stories of spirits and whatnot. And there's the tradition and the the history of what's called the Banshee. Have you ever heard of the Banshee?
The Banshee, yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is there was an X-Man in the X-Men called the
Okay.
Banshee, and he would scream.
Yeah,
That was like a
yeah.
superpower.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also know that it's based on this lore. Some kind of
Scream
lore.
would just like lay waste to anybody nearby.
Yeah.
And the Banshee essentially is an apparition, basically, that one sees before someone else who is close and who is a loved one dies.
Oh.
So if you see a Banshee, then you got to start wondering like who's going to pass that's in your immediate circle. And I tell this in the context of my father, who saw a Banshee when he was really little. He was like 3. Totally remembers seeing it's essentially the apparition is like an older gray-haired sort of rayfish woman, just really kind of ashen pale with really long gray hair, and they sing like they don't scream necessarily always, but they sing in this sort of melodic but kind of grating chalkboardy kind of nails on a chalkboard type frequency, and it's like really scary. Apparently, I don't have any experience personally.
Yeah.
But my father 100% remembers seeing a Banshee on a park bench, near his house where he grew up in Howth and just outside Dublin. And at the end of that week, his mother died of pneumonia. Caught it out at a rugby game and died within, I think, like 3 days. And that obviously stuck with my father because it was his mom, and but and that deepened obviously his belief in the spirit world, and then also his children. Like I remember him telling us that story when I was little. I mean, I was probably 5 or 6 when he, I remember him telling us that. I was like, wow, the Banshee. So when I first started breakdancing, totally kind of, I mean, not related because it seems kind of dark and what's the word? Morbid. But my breakdancing name was Banshee.
Oh no. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope that was succinct enough.
That's great. That was great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that, Harlan.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on the show.
You're
welcome. Stay away from those Banshees, man.
Yeah.
Stay away
I quickly changed that name when it dawned on me like it's probably not a good idea. I don't want people dying around me that I'm breakdancing against.
No.
You know what I mean? And I had to I had to put away the long gray wig. Like, damn.
Oh man. I got to get a picture of the Banshee. Because I don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
So you know him when you see him.
Oh yeah.
I got to go. The phone's ringing.
Hey-o.
I got a phone call.
That's mine. Somebody's trying to buy life insurance. Hey-o.
Well, that was a very horrifying story. Thank you for joining me on my new segment, Getting the Chills. Hopefully, we'll be having more of these segments where we can just suddenly get the chills and feel better. So, get on with your lunch and your therapy. Now back to Joel. I never had a breakdancing name. Did any of you breakdance out there besides Harlan? I also would like a breakdancing name. The Banshee might be good for me because I do look a little like a banshee sometimes. So that was the Bat. He's so happy to be on the show. I haven't been able to get him on the show enough because our schedules are off. He's barely awake in the day, so I have to go into a cave and find him. And he only records in the cave too. The acoustics are not so great in there. The Bat's Scottish. I think he is some kind of mix of Russian And maybe he's from, I don't know, some Slavic country, I think. I think he's related. Someone said that he was related to the guy on Saturday Night Live, the priest on Saturday Night Live. Anybody tell me his name? I had a rap name, Rock 6. Kamala had a rap name, an improv comedy rap name, Q-Tip. I think that's a good one, Q-Tip. My mother was a Banshee. Vernus! My mother was a Banshee. That sounds like a new series on Netflix. Susie and the Banshees. I used to love them. I had a Father Guido Sarducci. Thank you. That's who he's related to. I had when I was in Alaska, I was roommates with a guy for a little while. They put me in a room with this guy, and I was usually with Doug O'Donnell, and we were, everything was safe. And then I got in the room with this guy who was psychotic. He had a girlfriend. Their relationship was very tumultuous. So we only got like 2 hours of sleep. Yeah, we're back in Alaska. We only got like 2 hours of sleep. And during that 2 hours was the time that he wanted to make friends with me. So he would tell me fun stories. He'd be like, Joel, are you awake? Joel, are you awake? Joel, are you awake? Let me tell you, one time my neighbor, when I was a little kid, had some flowers. And he came over and he's like, here, look at these flowers. Here, I got them for you. And his fingers were up. And I was cutting the hedge, so I just cut his fingers off. And that was his funny story in the middle of the night in Alaska. And one morning we woke up late, and I was like, why didn't the alarm go off? And then I looked at my alarm clock, and it had been twisted, like a giant had come down and twisted the metal. But the point is, one day he said, Joel, I really have this, my favorite band, and I want to listen to it. And this is the middle of the night. He's like, I want to listen to this band. And it was Susie and the Banshees. I had never heard of Susie and the Banshees until then. And great band. Gives me the chills, though, when I think about it. Really gives me the chills. Because I thought, I'm going to end up being that alarm clock if I piss him off. Or maybe he's going to cut off my fingers in the middle of the night. Psychotic is not the appropriate term for that guy. What is the appropriate term? Deadly? I think deadly. He's one of those people that just wore like military, I don't think he was ever in the military, but he always wore fatigues and went around very angry. And I think that we're in the Trash Pandas Comedy Club now. I think that we have moved from the chill segment to the Trash Pandas Comedy Club. Don't have much time. I was, of course, going to show you all something really cool, but I'm going to have to save that for next week because it's a whole tale of intrigue. Next week, we have a tale of intrigue that involves cults. It involves suicides. It involves levitation. It involves Sid and Marty Krofft. We're gonna go there, tell some interesting tales next week. Next week is Interesting Tales Week. I don't know, I'm just saying that now, but it sounds good. Kamala says the king from Lord of the Rings was married to Susie, and they have a child together. Are you serious? Are you serious? The king? Wow. So are we talking Aragorn? Big Mac commercial gives me the chills. Yeah. To all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on sesame seed bun. That has been a kind of a recurring thing that we keep going back to because people are like, yeah, but they also tried to brainwash Australians by tempting them with a cup of Coke, which is something we never say here in the United States. We never say a cup of Coke. I would like a cup of Coke. We always say a Coke like it is a separate thing. Perhaps psychopath. But skiing kills more people than psychopaths. Deadly and psychotic. Troubled. I'm going to call him troubled. Aragon, yeah. Aragorn. Oh, my geek flag is not flying very high today. The other day I said the Watchman to someone, and they were like, whoa there, pal. It's Watchman, not the Watchman. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Keep your geek status. The fact that I can't... wait a minute. Question. Some days are 30 minutes and some are 60. Can we extend them all to 60? I like that. I like it, Mike. I like it. Tomorrow will probably be a little longer than usual because Tony Horton's on here. And Tony is got a lot of really interesting things to say. Sometimes I do go over when I'm on a roll. Vigo, thank you. Vigo Mortensen. I've never been able to say his name, and I never will. I never will. I like that guy, though. He's good. He's a good dude. I never met him. You know, why I couldn't think of his name is probably because when I was a kid, my dad got us a baseball bat. And it was too heavy. It was too heavy. And we were just little kids. My dad was a real big baseball player. And the bat was too heavy. So in my dad's true fashion, he cut off the top of the bat rather than getting another bat. And my brother was in the new room, we called it, the new room. And he was swinging that bat as hard as he could. And, of course, I walked in. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And he said... nothing, because he actually was in the middle of a swing and hit me in the head with that bat. And that was pretty awful, I'll tell you. So anyway, blood. My babysitter was making cheese sandwiches at the time. And so anyway, it hit me in the head, blood. I got to go to the doctor and get stitches, which was super cool. At the time, but now when I smell cheese sandwiches, I kind of blank out. Something weird's going on with my camera. I am now at least on the computer, I'm like at a weird 2 frames a second. So I think we're gonna have to move on to the dance break. Tomorrow we have Tony Horton. If any of you don't know who Tony Horton is, he's the P90X fitness guru. I thought we decided we should never tell that story. That's what we decided. Tell it again. Were you wearing a GoPro? No, I wasn't, which I probably I wish I was. Wish I had been wearing a GoPro. All right. Because my system seems to be really messing up, and I have no idea what this is going to look like. I'm going to move on to the dance break. All right, so let's hit the dance break. This is a guy called Fingers Mitchell Cullen. I don't know if you've ever heard of him before. He's an Australian guy. I just found him. I found him a while ago, and I've been kind of saving this because I wanted... because I thought it was cool. Here he is, Fingers, Mitchell Cullen. Didgeridoo. That's right, it's a didgeridoo. That is right, it is a didgeridoo. In fact, I think it's 3 didgeridoos and a guitar and a bird And this is a very Australian thing to do. All the Australians do this all the time. I know Joe Fury, he plays several didgeridoos. And I'm talking, enjoying the music. Join us tomorrow for Tony Horton. This has been Lunch Therapy.